Well, hello everyone. This is Annette Erdman from Kingman, Arizona. I hope you all are having a wonderful Sunday evening, Monday morning, whatever it may be in your area of the world. Anyhow, I am here today to do the honors. It's my honor to actually interview this young man who is up and coming in the network marketing world. He is also a good friend of mine. The He's my go-to guy. What can I say? Whenever I have problems, when I'm not sure what to do about electronics, social media, whatever the case may be. I mean, here I am. I actually built a resulting system for my uh, corporate world for what I was doing. And when it comes to this social media and whatnot, I'm dumbfounded sometimes. I've learned a lot. I have learned a lot, and a lot of it I attribute it to this gentleman that I am going, young man, I'm going to say young man, gentleman, that I'm about to interview, and just waiting for to build our little audience and to get Mr. Anthony on. And I see Anthony is on. I'm going to wave back to you, Anthony, and then I'm going to add you. All right. We're adding. First, I want to apologize. We were doing this past Monday, and my computer was just not, or I should say, my phone was not cooperating. I had a system.
Hey, Annette.
Hi, Lee, how are ya?
I'm doing awesome. How are you?
I'm doing well. Well, hi, Miss Melissa. I see we have Melissa from Arizona already watching, and Dina from Arizona is watching. So you already got a fan club here in Arizona.
Awesome.
Hey, Anthony. All right, so we're going to get right to this, so we don't spend too much of your time away from what you're needing to get done. Anyhow, first of all, Anthony, tell us all these, everybody that's watching. I have somebody that's watching from back east. Look at that. Tell us all a little bit about yourself, and like something about your life before you actually got involved into network marketing.
Yeah, so I've always been kind of an entrepreneur. My first entrepreneurial business was actually a bicycle repair shop that I started out of my parents' garage when I was 15. And the town that we lived in didn't have a bicycle repair shop. So, and I was really into repairing bikes. So I figured, why not start doing it and, fixing other people's bikes. So that was kind of the first, entrepreneurial job that I had, the first business that I started, unofficial business. And then I went to, I was homeschooled. And then I went to college. It took me a while to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. And I finally decided to become an electrician. So I went to college for that and to tech school, and graduated. I was an electrician for about 4 or 5 years. And then, the people I was working with, I didn't enjoy most of them. And the thought of, working at a 9 to 5, doing something that I didn't really enjoy doing for the next 40 to 45 years was something that I didn't want to do that. So I turned to the internet, and make money online is what I typed into Google. And that started my whole journey so far.
Well, that's great. That's great. I mean, yeah, that's something. Oops, hold on. I have my other.
And I was really into repairing bikes, so I figured, why not
Hello.
start doing it?
There we go. Okay. We have some, Melissa just made a comment and she said, capitalize. You saw the need and you filled it. That's good.
Yep.
I was just to kind of get off a little bit, I was looking at some, historical facts on people that actually changed our world. And one of those were the Wright brothers. And, they started off doing bicycle repair, and that's where they got their money so they could start their vision of their flying machine, which I think that's really neat. Anyhow, so Anthony, so tell me a little bit about, say maybe the first business you got into, network marketing business. I'm saying, and as in the online type thing, how you came about it, and anything that would contribute to somebody that might be out there interested in looking at something?
Well, the first of all, there was a lot of stuff that I've been involved with over the past year. I can't say that I would recommend getting involved in everything that I've been in to, people just starting. But the first big business that I got involved with was a high ticket, business, and it's I met it through a mutual friend of mine. That's how I found out about it, and I ended up spending thousands of dollars in it, and not really making anything back. So that kind of led me, to trying to find something else. I was struggling for quite a while, and then I found personal branding and branding yourself and really setting yourself up as a leader. I kind of started running into the right people that were guiding me towards where I needed to go. And so then I got involved with another company that specializes in branding yourself, and that has really been beneficial in helping me grow my business and start to grow my brand as well. And so really, for people who are just starting out, I would tell you to just follow the leaders in the industry. Pick somebody who you really jive with, and follow what they're doing, and try to do it yourself. It's important to have a mentor, and to have somebody who's walked the walk, and already been down the path, and run into a bunch of mistakes along the way, and they can kind of help you avoid that. I really wish I had started there instead of struggling for over a year, because I would have avoided a lot of pitfalls along the way.
I totally agree with you. I mean, I'm fairly new into the network marketing business also, and I fell into that pitfall of actually, going out there and pitching to the point where you're spamming your friends and your family, and everybody's like ignoring you then. So yes, branding is very important, and not only in business anymore, but there's a lot of business corporate people. They're starting to look at people as in their brands, because that's what they're looking for. They're looking for people that have a reputable brand that are going to be beneficial to their company. So branding isn't only for people that are in network marketing or online
Yep.
businesses. It's actually something that's really good for everybody to do, to learn how to brand themselves.
Yep.
Do you have any books that you would recommend to anybody? It doesn't necessarily have to be a newbie in the business, but anybody.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I actually picked some up here. I knew you were going to be talking about this. This is one that I would highly recommend. The camera, because I'm using the forward-facing camera, the text is turned around, but it says Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. A great book. It really applies to anybody, not just, if you're in the network marketing business. But there's some really good, golden nuggets in here. It's an old book. It was written in 1937, but well worth your time reading it. Another one that I would highly suggest, again, this is for anybody, regardless of whether you're online or not. Start with Why, by Simon Sinek, is a great book. It kind of goes over, why you need to figure out what your vision is and what really drives you, what sets what sets you on fire. And it goes over, how that is very important, and how it's helped many other top leaders in the industry, become the success that they are today. Another great book is Millionaire Success Habits by Dean Graziosi. And yeah, I've gotten a lot out of this one as well. There's a lot of golden nuggets in here. So I'd highly recommend that you read that one as well. So those are kind of the three recommendations that I have as far as good books to start with.
Yeah, that's Think and Grow Rich. That book was actually given to my husband many years ago by one of his customers. My husband's a retired aircraft mechanic, and one of his customers gave him that book one time, and it's out there. It's out there for many years, and I tried picking it up a couple of times, and I just couldn't get past chapter one. But you know, they say sometimes there is a time that when you're ready. In other words, you know, if the material's provided, but if you're not ready, it doesn't make any difference. But when I picked it up this last time, oh my goodness, I couldn't even put it down. I could not put it down. It was so good. I got so much out of that. To think that it was made back then, and to think of all the people that were actually that did this, you know, that did this. It's so many famous people. Um, Anyhow, let's see. Do you have any other kind of recommendations that you might make for a newbie when it comes to network marketing or any kind of online business?
Well, I just say that it's important, like I said, to get a mentor, to find somebody who you can follow, who will show you the way rather than trying to figure it out yourself. Because if you do that, you'll spend potentially years struggling, and ultimately that's why a lot of people fail, because they're struggling and they don't see a path forward, and then they just go the path of least resistance and quit. So I'd highly recommend that you get a mentor. I'd also highly recommend that you just be coachable. Just be coachable, and be able to take in new information from people. I've run across a lot of people that are new, and unfortunately they think that they know it all, which is kind of a bad attitude to have. Even people who are seven-figure earners, are still coachable, is from what I've been seeing. They still spend a lot of money on education every year, and they still are open to new ideas. And so that's another important aspect of an online business, is just being coachable, really anything in life. um, Also work on branding yourself and not spamming your link everywhere. That's something that
Amen.
that's something that I did when I first started. The first thing I did actually when I went online was I had a Facebook account, and I started adding friends like crazy. I just went on Facebook. I just started adding everybody I could find, and then spamming my link to everybody. And as you can imagine, I didn't make any headway whatsoever doing that. So just provide value above anything else to people, and make the goal to provide daily value to people. And if you do that, the money will follow.
Great. That is great advice. Yes, it's hard out there, especially when you're new, and you may get involved with a company where they don't provide that type of
Yeah.
leadership or that type of mentorship, and you could sit there spinning your wheels, because that's exactly what happened to me when I first started. I was just spinning my wheels, and what I was doing is I started on my own, spending money here, spending money there, learning this. Eric Worre, I love him to death. I went, or I signed up for his GoPro series and whatnot, and everything that I was spending it, but yet where I could have actually, I mean, I'm not saying none of that was good. I think it was great, because I really feel that led me to where I got into the branding group and the brand, and learning how to brand myself, and how important it is to brand oneself. And
Right.
so yes, it's highly important for that. Let me see if I have any kind of questions. Actually, I have a few comments here. I have one from a Joanne Hallman. She says spamming is what your upline teaches us. Yeah,
Uh-oh.
that's true. That's oops, yeah, that's true. Okay, let me see if I can find any more of these. If I have any questions, if anybody has any questions, please submit them. And okay, we have Melissa from Arizona, Dina from Arizona. We have Giovanna from, she's from, I want to say Louisiana. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. She'll probably correct me. She probably will. And let's see, we have Joanne. Cynthia Simmons is watching us. And I think I have a friend that's Joy that's watching us. Michael Green is watching us. I'm not seeing any kind of questions. If y'all have any questions, please submit them. Anthony would answer them, or if I can, I will answer them. But anyhow, so Anthony, speaking of questions, do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, actually, what made you want to get into the online business? What made you search for, making money online and the freedom lifestyle?
Well, everybody has their goals and their dreams and whatnot, and I look at life as this way. I'm in one of those groups that have been in corporate world for 30 plus years. And I look at I have a lot. Don't get me wrong. I have a lot. I am blessed with a lot. I'm blessed with a loving family. I am blessed with a lot, but I stop and think, I know there's more to life than just going to the drudgery 9 to 5 or whatever you want to call it. And I knew that out there had to be something, something to help, because I want to be able to be at that point where I can retire from corporate world, where I can spend quality time with my family, and where I can have an abundance of wealth to not only help my family, but to help others in needs. There's so many organizations out there that are true organizations that want to help others, and to be able to have the funds to do that. That's what I want. I want to see that. I want to see to be able to help other people. I also want to be able to help other, up and coming newbies, and to realize so that they don't go down that path you went down, I went down, then I'm probably so many other people that may be watching this and may be watching this on a replay have gone down. They've gone down, not knowing and not having that guidance so that they know what steps to take. So
Right.
anyhow, that's one of the reasons I got online, or started looking for online business. See, I have
Awesome.
somebody says, oh, here we go. How do you build online or belly to belly? What's the difference? I think a lot of people need to hear that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, belly to belly is kind of the way that people used to do it, host your own meetings, get people together, get on the phone with people, do phone, three-way calls, and yeah, just network in person. And really, the beauty of doing it online is that you've got such a bigger audience than you ever would in person, because you can only go and talk to so many people in person, right? I mean, if you live in a big city, you could maybe get, a couple thousand people in a room at once, maybe. Online, you have access to millions and millions, billions of people. And so the potential to be able to grow your business is much larger online. So I think that's, the fundamental difference between, the old way of network marketing and the new way. So hopefully, does that
That's
answer your question, Cynthia?
Cynthia, I hope that answered your question. Yes, I mean, with the first network marketing business I got into, we actually, in fact, my upline is on this right now. She ended up renting a room locally, and we had one of our seven-figure people, gentleman, and he's our upline, come down and had this room rented, and we had all of 2 people that showed up. And
Wow.
that's really disappointing. I mean, he took his time to come over here, and that's really disappointing. Whereas, yes, online, I mean, you can basically, I mean, there are no boundaries. There are no country boundaries where if you're here, well, in our case on the west coast, there's no boundaries. We can actually do this with other countries and people, other people from other countries. That's what's terrific about online marketing.
Yeah, I mean, a good
Yes.
example is just yesterday. In fact, I was on a podcast with a bunch of young up and coming entrepreneurs, and they were from all over the world, and we were talking. At the same time, we were on the podcast. One person was from Lebanon. We had 2 people from Fiji. There was somebody from Texas, somebody from the UK. So they were all over the world, and that just wouldn't be possible, if you were doing it belly to belly, so to speak. So
Yes, yes. Yes, okay, Cynthia said, yes, I have done it for a long time. Question was more for those listening to learn. Thank you, Cynthia. That was a very good question.
awesome.
Yes, because there are some newbies on here. So yes, that is a very good question. Yes, I don't know. Do you have any other questions? Anybody out there? Like anything? If not, then okay, Anthony. Then I guess we're going to let Mr. Anthony go so he can get back to work. And that's the life of an online marketer. Just work? No, just kidding. Yeah, we have to
No,
have balance. We have to have balance.
yeah, absolutely.
Remember that. You
Yeah,
have
we
to
had
have
a
balance.
yeah,
Go
we had
ahead.
an awesome turnout tonight. I just want to thank everybody for hopping on. That was and it's been truly a pleasure hopping on with you, Annette. So I appreciate the opportunity, and I hope that everybody has an awesome evening.
Thank you, Anthony. And we actually made it this time. We actually tried to do this last Monday, but my phone just didn't want to cooperate. So we
Yeah,
got it going. And thanks, Anthony, for your time. And I look forward to visiting with you again some more. And Melissa says, thank you for sharing. You
awesome.
have, and from Annette here in Kingman, Arizona, and Anthony in Washington, we want to thank you all. We want to wish you a very blessed evening, and may you all walk in peace.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks.
Uh-huh. Bye.